Right then, welcome to the channel. If I see one more person complaining they can't grow a thing because they've only got a windowsill, I'm gonna lose it. We're diving headfirst into the glorious world of gardening. Even if your garden is a collection of pots on a balcony, it's about passion, flavor, and showing those supermarket vegetables who's boss. If you've got a small garden, a tiny patio, or even just a few sturdy pots and a bit of sunlight, then this is for you. We're talking about proper homegrown flavor that will knock your socks off. Let's get started and turn that concrete jungle into a bloody edible paradise. Alright, first up, the tomato. You can grow a decent tomato in a pot. Tomatoes thrive in pots and small spaces. We're talking about fruit bursting with sunshine and flavor. With the right care, you can enjoy a bountiful harvest. Use quality potting mix for good drainage. Give them room to breathe. A 5-gallon pot minimum. Find the sunniest spot, at least 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight. Water deeply when the top inch of soil feels dry. Feed every couple of weeks once they start flowering. Most varieties will need staking or caging. The taste of a homegrown tomato, it's a revelation. Next on the list, red peppers. Or any color pepper you fancy really, but there's something about a vibrant, glossy red pepper that just screams flavor. They do exceptionally well in containers. Peppers are sun lovers, even more so than tomatoes. They need a long, warm growing season. Pick a pot with excellent drainage. Now these plants like it warm. Watering needs to be consistent. Feed them regularly with a balanced liquid fertilizer. Sometimes the plants can get top-heavy. Let them ripen fully on the plant. Homegrown peppers are a different league. Right, let's talk lettuce. If you're still buying those sad plastic bags of pre-washed lettuce that go slimy in 2 days, then you seriously need to sort your life out. Growing your own lettuce is ridiculously easy, it's quick, and it's perfect for small gardens and pots. We're talking fresh, crisp leaves at your fingertips, ready to be snipped for a salad whenever you bloody well please. The beauty of lettuce, especially the loose-leaf varieties, is that it's a cut-and-come-again crop. This means you can harvest the outer leaves, and the plant will keep producing more from the center. You don't need deep pots for lettuce. Wide, shallow containers or window boxes work brilliantly. Lettuce generally prefers cooler weather. If it gets too hot, it can bolt, which means it sends up a flower stalk and the leaves turn bitter. You can sow seeds directly into your pots successionally every 2 to 3 weeks. Watering is important. Lettuce needs consistent moisture to keep those leaves tender and sweet. Harvesting is simple. For loose-leaf types, once the outer leaves are a decent size, about 3 to 4 inches long, just snip them off at the base with clean scissors. Cabbage. Now, some of you might think cabbage is boring, bland, peasant food. You're wrong. A properly grown fresh cabbage is a versatile, delicious vegetable. It does require a bit more space and patience, but the reward is worth it. These are hungry plants needing a decent-sized home. Think a 5-gallon pot per cabbage minimum. They need rich, fertile soil, so amend your potting mix. Plant your cabbage seedlings deep and firm the soil well. Consistent watering is crucial, especially as the heads are forming. Harvesting your cabbage is a moment of triumph. You'll know it's ready when the head is firm and solid to the touch. Carrots. Sweet, crunchy, vibrant carrots. Not those watery, flavorless things you get in plastic bags that taste of absolutely nothing. I'm talking about proper carrots, pulled fresh from the soil with a snap and a sweetness that will make you wonder why you ever bothered with the shop-bought rubbish. And yes, you can grow fantastic carrots in pots, provided you choose the right varieties and give them the deep, loose soil they crave. The key to growing carrots in pots is depth and soil texture. Carrots need to send that taproot deep down without hitting any obstructions. So choose a pot that's at least 12 inches deep, preferably deeper for longer varieties. And the soil? It needs to be light, sandy, and completely free of stones or clumps. Sow your carrot seeds directly into the pot. They don't like being transplanted, the fussy buggers. Sow them thinly, as carrot seeds are tiny. Water your carrots regularly and deeply, especially during dry spells. Carrot root fly can be a problem. Harvesting carrots is like digging for gold. You can start pulling them when they're big enough to eat. The satisfaction of pulling a perfect bright orange carrot from the soil is immense. Right, if you're impatient and want quick results, then radishes are your new best friend. These little firecrackers are one of the fastest growing vegetables on the planet. We're talking seed to harvest in as little as 3 to 4 weeks. 3 to 4 weeks. That's quicker than some chefs take to prep their mise en place. They are absolutely perfect for small spaces, tucking into window boxes or even in small pots between slower growing plants. Radishes are incredibly unfussy. They don't need deep pots. A container that's about 6 inches deep is perfectly adequate for most round varieties. They prefer cool weather, so they're ideal for spring and autumn planting. Sow seeds directly into your prepared pots, about ½ an inch deep and an inch apart. The soil should be loose, well-drained, and reasonably fertile, but don't go overboard with rich manure, or you'll get lots of leaves and very small roots, which is just a waste of bloody time. Keep the soil consistently moist. Pests aren't usually a major issue for radishes because they grow so quickly, often outpacing any serious infestations. Harvesting is the fun part, and it happens fast. Start checking your radishes about 3 weeks after sowing. Pull them gently from the soil, wash them, and enjoy that peppery crunch. Quick, easy, and a proper kick of flavor. Turnips! Now hold on, don't you dare turn your nose up! Turnips have got a bit of an undeserved reputation, probably from being boiled to death by your nan, but a young, homegrown turnip pulled fresh from the soil is a completely different beast. It's sweet, it's tender, it's got a lovely peppery bite, and it's incredibly versatile. Plus, you get 2 vegetables for the price of 1, the delicious roots and the nutritious leafy greens. They are surprisingly easy to grow, even in pots, so give these underrated gems a bloody chance. Like radishes, turnips prefer cooler weather, so they're best grown in spring or autumn. Choose a pot that's at least 8 to 10 inches deep to give the roots room to develop. Use a good quality, well-draining potting mix, enriched with some compost. Sow the seeds directly into the pot, about ½ an inch deep, and thin the seedlings to about 4 to 6 inches apart once they're big enough to handle. Water regularly, especially during dry spells, to ensure the roots develop evenly and don't split or become tough. Harvest your turnips when the roots are about 2 to 3 inches in diameter. The roots can be roasted, mashed, added to stews, or even thinly sliced and eaten raw in salads. The greens can be cooked like spinach. Alright, cauliflower. Now I'm not going to lie to you, this one can be a bit more challenging than, say, a radish. It's a bit of a diva, needs things just so. But don't be a bloody donkey and shy away from it. With the right conditions and a bit of attention to detail, you absolutely can grow magnificent heads of cauliflower in a pot, and the taste of homegrown cauliflower, roasted to perfection or blitzed into a creamy mash, is a world away from the bland stuff you often find. Cauliflower is a cool season crop, and it really doesn't like temperature fluctuations. Too hot and it'll butt and form tiny, pathetic little heads. Too cold and it'll sulk. They need a large pot, at least 5 gallons and preferably 7 to 10 gallons per plant, as they are heavy feeders and need space. Consistent moisture is absolutely paramount. Feed your cauliflower plants regularly with a balanced liquid fertilizer every 2 to 3 weeks. One of the key things with white cauliflower varieties is blanching. Once the head is about the size of an egg, you'll need to tie the outer leaves up and over it, or gently fold them over and secure them with a clothes peg. Harvest your cauliflower when the head is firm, white, or its intended color for purple or orange varieties, and the curds are still tight. Spinach. Popeye wasn't wrong, you know. This leafy green is an absolute powerhouse of nutrients, and it's incredibly easy to grow in containers, even if you've only got a small balcony or a sunny windowsill. Forget those bags of pre-washed spinach that wilt before you even get them home. We're talking about harvesting fresh, tender leaves whenever you fancy, for salads, smoothies, or lightly wilted with a knob of butter and a grating of nutmeg. Spinach, like lettuce, is a cool season crop. It thrives in the cooler temperatures of spring and autumn. If it gets too hot, or the days get too long, it has a tendency to send up a flower stalk and turn bitter. You can sow seeds directly into your pots or window boxes. They don't need particularly deep containers. 6 to 8 inches deep is plenty. Keep the soil consistently moist, especially during germination, and as the plants are growing. Spinach prefers a sunny spot, but in warmer weather or as summer approaches, a bit of afternoon shade can help to prolong the harvest and delay bolting. Harvesting spinach is a dawdle. You can start picking the outer leaves when they're a decent size, about 3 to 4 inches long. Last but by no means least, we have eggplant or aubergine. These glossy fruits are a staple in Mediterranean and Asian cuisine. Imagine pulling your own ripe eggplants ready for a smoky baba ganoush or rich moussaka. They need a long, warm growing season to thrive. In cooler climates, start them indoors or use a greenhouse. Use a 5-gallon pot with excellent drainage. Add well-rotted compost for extra nutrients. Consistent watering is key. Provide support as plants can get tall and bushy. Harvest when the skin is smooth, glossy, and rich in color. The flavor and texture of homegrown eggplant are superb. Well, there you have it, 10 absolutely brilliant vegetables that you can grow in the smallest of gardens, or even just a collection of pots on your bloody balcony. See, no more excuses. We've shown you how to turn that tiny space into a productive, flavor-packed vegetable patch. It's not rocket science, is it? It just takes a bit of know-how, a bit of passion, and the willingness to get your hands a little dirty. Thanks for watching, and I genuinely hope you're feeling inspired to give it a go. The satisfaction of eating something you've grown yourself is unbeatable. If you found this useful, and let's be honest, how could you not? Then do us all a favor. Give the video a thumbs up, drop a comment below, tell us what you're planning to grow, or ask any burning questions you might have. And for God's sake, hit that subscribe button and the little bell icon so you don't miss out on more top-notch gardening tips and tricks from this channel.